Hey guys, happy Friday. Yeah, happy Friday. I hope y'all are having a good day. Y'all, I hadn't eaten all day. I hadn't had lunch and stuff, and so I had to stop and get me something to eat. I just came from the visitations from my mother-in-law. The services are tomorrow, and I was trying to drive. I don't know how the lighting is in this car, y'all. But anyway, I was trying to drive and eat. I got some Hardee's. I got some fries. I ate part of them already, y'all. But anyway, I was trying to drive and eat. My head is hurting. I said, let me just stop. And I'm over here at the movie theater parking lot. And I'm getting ready to eat. Like I said, I was trying to eat my little fry. And I just got the first thing I saw on the menu, which was the number one. Hardee burger, third burger. Well, no cheese. I told them no cheese because it was a cheeseburger. This burger, sure. That's the burger, y'all. Anyway, yeah. Then I saw they had a value thing, 5 you pick two. I already got 2 hot dogs. Killer dog had I known. And you get a small fry and a small drink. Oh, and I got a high C orange for the drink, y'all. Wolf this down. Let me see what comes in this burger. Looks like a bunch of nothing. Onions, ketchup, and mustard. Ketchup is on the bottom with pickles. The burger meat tastes good, but I didn't want lettuce and tomatoes on mine. The burger look real good. But like I said, I think I'd rather have the $5 meal. It seems like all of the restaurant getting a $5 meal. I don't know about where y'all are, but if anybody in the Memphis area, over here by Germantown Parkway, they got a for hire sign up. Anybody teenagers looking for them a little job or something. My first little job I had when I was growing up, of course, was babysitting, but then after that, we were stationed overseas in England, and that was one of the reasons I fell in love with accounting. I had this teacher named Miss Deer. I don't even know if she's still living, but she just made accounting seem so glamorous and so fun. So, but yeah. So, they had a summer program for the youth to work in some of the little Air Force offices. And I ended up working in the accounting office. And they made it seem fun too. But, so that's how I end up doing the kind of work I'm doing and going to school for accounting. But, my second job after that, that was just for the summer. My second job was at the Burger Barn on the Lake Heath Air Force Base. And they sold it was next to the BX. And they sold all kind of hamburgers and stuff like that. I guess they probably just trying to mimic the Big Mac. Well, because their special sauce was Thousand Island dressing they put on burger. So, that was my second little job. And then I worked and housekeeping up in Billington, which is like the hotel, the base hotel. I did that. I didn't last at that very long. I stuck that. I didn't like it for one thing. And then, y'all, I became a waitress at the Airman's Club on the base. I worked at the Airman's Club, and I bussed tables at first. Then I became a waitress. Then I moved up to the NCO Club later on, and I was the cashier. Oh, yeah. I left England. In North Dakota, I worked at Burger King. And I worked at the bingo hall, of all places, verifying bingo. I just started thinking about some of the jobs I had. And later on, I worked at McDonald's. I worked at, my job was the biscuit maker. I had to make the biscuits in the morning. Worked at Wendy's. I did a little stint at Burger King. I think that was it for food places. And yeah, that was it. Then, y'all, my dad was retired from the Air Force, and he was working at the post office. So they have it where you can work as a temp. They call them casuals at the post office. Child, they mess around and put me in the bulk mail center. And I was throwing the missing mail bags. You know, where it started the bags would come down the slide. And I would have to identify who it was, Mississippi, Tennessee. I ate all them fries, y'all. Of course, I had eaten most of them on the road. But I had to identify if the mail bags belonged to Mississippi, Tennessee, I think, or Arkansas. And then I had to throw those big, heavy mail bags, because you had to pass this weight test. And if I'm not mistaken, back in the day, I was in my early 20s. You had to lift 75 pounds. Child, I worked that job, I think, 2 weeks. And you know what? I said, no, this is not my type of work. I'm from take my butt back to school. So I ended up going back to school. And I started doing a lot of clerical type jobs. Worked in education. Worked as a school financial secretary at 2 schools. I worked at Southwest, what was State Tech back then, in the admissions office. Worked at the University of Memphis in the library. And then I went up to Knoxville and I worked up there. I lived up there for a while, and I worked at UT for a little while up there. And I worked at one of the quote-unquote bomb plants in Oak Ridge. And doing clerical all a while. And I would have the part-time jobs here and there. I worked in the emergency room doing stuff. And I got my degree. Y'all thought I wanted to teach. I was fine. As long as I was teaching the younger grades, right? Honey, I went to high school. I went to one of the high schools. And keep in mind, my youngest sibling is 15 years younger than I am. So, I believe all 3 of them was at this particular high school at one time. Y'all, I subbed in one of them classrooms. I kid you not, child. Them kids was terrible. I ain't gonna say all of them, because the majority of the classroom was good, but I said the teacher is so distracted trying to keep the 2 or 3 unruly ones that's the class clowns acting a fool, trying to keep them in order. The ones that want to learn have a hard time wanting to learn. This guy, and I ain't no skinny woman, y'all. This this little boy, I want to dot him in his throat. But you know, I couldn't back down. I think one of my siblings that came, it might have been my younger brother at the time. I'm 14 years older than him. He came in and was talking to me. So I guess they thought, you know, I'm their age. I'm not your age, you know. So this little boy got up on me like he was getting ready to whoop me. But you know, in my little high voice, I done got all loud with him. I had to get real ignorant. Like, boy, if you don't back up. But y'all, I said in my head now, I said, somebody getting ready to get hurt, and it's looking like it's going to be me. So I called the principal, right? So here come the assistant principal to the office. Tell me, whatever you do, Miss Anderson, don't you let him out the classroom. You know, you just keep him here. You just have to kind of regulate. I'm like, I told him, don't you ever call my house again till I come to your school to substitute. Honey, I was fire hot. So I think I subbed one time after that, and I did it as a favor, either to one of my friends or either it was Amber's grandmother. I think it was at her school. And she taught the first grade. I think it was the first or second grade. But I didn't have her classroom. I had another teacher. But after that, I said, teaching is not for me. And so I said, no, honey. So I ended up doing purchasing work for the local transit agency. I'm just telling y'all my story because I done had a lot of jobs. I did that for the local transit agency. I worked in purchasing for 3.5 years. And this man at the time, Mr. Hudson, I was thinking apparently I had been divorced. He talking about, we didn't get the budget, we didn't get the grant, we didn't get the money, we didn't get the funding. We gonna have to do some layoffs. He had 2 meetings like that. And in the third meeting, he said he didn't never say that. Man, I'm sitting right here. So y'all, I kid y'all not, I started applying for jobs. I'm telling y'all this story for a reason, by the way. But I went applying for jobs. I just started hitting submit, putting my name in, stuff I didn't even know that I was interested in. Well, I had applied for a job at a much higher level. Applied for something. And all I could see was my daughter at the time. I'm like, we got to live, we got to eat. I need a job. I cannot afford to get laid off because we cannot make it on unemployment. Y'all, kid y'all not. This guy called me. Oh, by the way, this, you know, I was telling the story. I applied for 90 jobs before I got at this company, but this is not the job I found. I've moved up in the company since I've been there. I started off as a manager's assistant working for 6 managers. I took what I could get. And what he said to me was, when the guy called me, you didn't apply for this job. But I got your resume for another job that you did apply for, but they hired somebody from within. He said, let me tell you a little bit about the job. Are you interested? I'm like, look. That's why I know what God has for you is for you. In my head, I'm like, I really don't want to do this, but hey, I need a paycheck. I got to feed my daughter. I kid y'all not. So I took off that day. I said, sure. You know, sound all gung-ho. I said, sure. And I went to the interview. This was an all-day process. I'm like, what is going on? They were so inefficient with the interview process. Now, keep in mind, I did a phone interview first. Now, I did a phone interview. After he went through all of that, he arranged me to have a phone interview. I missed that part. But anyway, I done all that, y'all, and had a phone interview, right? And so then I came to the in-person interview, which I took off a day of vacation from my job. I was working for the transit agent. It didn't matter. Here. He said, well, do you have time? I'm going to walk you around. I'm going to show you this. And one person interviewed me, y'all. That wasn't no interview. She was nice as she could be. She didn't ask me no questions, really. If she asked me my name, she talked about herself for about an hour. So I saw she really nice. So they had to come get her because she wasn't doing nothing but visiting. It was funny to me. This was an HR person. But she was so sweet. I guess she just said, what the heck? So then, y'all, my old director now. Y'all, when I interviewed with him, I'm like, this man is a real piece of work. And I promise you, he was getting on my nerves so bad, I actually snapped at him in an interview. He kept asking me all these questions about Excel. And you know how you do stuff so much until you can't really sometimes recall, or it's just second nature to you. So finally, I told him, look, I kid y'all not. I said, go over there and turn on the machine, and whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. Because he had got on my nerves, y'all. He asked me, I know, a good 30 questions about different stuff in Excel. And then he laughed, because I told him he had gotten on my nerves later on. And he laughed about it. Well, people be saying they can do stuff, and they really can't. So then the last guy that came in that ultimately I reported to he came in and he talked to me about 30 minutes. Then he walked me around the whole building. And I left when I said, how many more people do you have to interview? I said, well, what will be your next steps in the process? Oh, no, I didn't ask him how many more people. I said, what will be your next steps in the interview process? When can I expect for you to make a hiring decision? He said, oh, we got so many more people. We got so many more people we have to interview. So I said, well, all right then. Okay. I said, well, thank you. Y'all, the security guard is still right now. And her last name is Anderson, too. I said, well, it was nice meeting you. I said, this was nice practice for an interview, because I hadn't interviewed in a while. I said, but maybe I'll see you again on my next interview. Now, keep in mind, so I went home. I got home. I went and picked my daughter up from school. I got home. And I had a roommate with my girlfriend that went on the cruise with me at the time. I was her roommate. Honey, I laid down and went to sleep. Well, in between time, the phone rang and the call. I don't know if they called my cell phone. I don't know if they called her house phone. I don't even remember. But anyway, I got a call. I'm pretty much sure, because I think she said the phone is for you. And I'm like, okay. So I went and got the phone. I'm like, who could be calling me? You know how you just get real irritated because I'm trying to take a nap. So it's the guy that just told me they had a lot more people to interview. They may make a decision. And I'm like, he said, well, are you still interested in the job? I said, yeah. He said, well, because I already told him I'm going to leave my job. Leave your job the right way, because you never know. I said, I got to get my job 2 weeks notice. He said, well, I want to make you a job offer. Will you accept it? And so he told me what the salary was going to be. And y'all, at the time, it was $30,000. I'm like, well, it's better than nothing. So I'll take it. I'm going to take it because I need to know I'm going to have a job. I can't be keeping on taking no chances, man, talking about laying off. I said, I'm going to take it. And I'll just work my way up. I'm not going to worry about it. It's not, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take this job. Take this job. So I took the job, y'all. Gave 2 weeks notice on my job. He said, well, I'm going to FedEx you the offer letter. He said, if you can sign it, he said, I'm going to put an envelope, a FedEx envelope in it for you to FedEx it back. I said, well, thank you. Okay. Now, keep in mind, y'all. So if you're out there, this is a speech about don't get discouraged. And you might have to do a whole lot of stuff that you don't want to do. A whole lot of stuff that you don't think is going to for you. It may not fit. It's nothing wrong with getting your hustle on. I'm a financial analyst, y'all. And people be asking me, I drive for Lyft part-time. If you're doing something legitimate, it's no shame in it. People try to shame people for what they do or what you're doing. You out here making a living to take care of yourself, to take care of your family. Be proud of that. God will honor that. You will be blessed. You will be elevated. Now, although I applied for 90 jobs, ultimately, and it was at that company. It was at the company that I'm at now. Ultimately, the first job I got when I came here, and then why I'm in the position that I'm in now, was not a job I even applied for. So you just need to be prepared and be ready, because what God has for you is for you. So I tell you right now, hold your head up. If you out there digging ditches, dig the best ditch you want. And if you want, that's all you want to do is dig ditches. A lot of people Want to do that in life. You do it the best you can. God will honor that. If you got to work 4 or 5 jobs to do what you got to do to provide and take care of your family, you do that. Honor it. Be proud of it. If you got to walk, I rode the bus for a long time. I drove a mini a hoopty. I mean a mini a hoopty. What I call piecemeal cars. I'm piecing something together. Okay, it clunks out, I get on the bus. It's no shame in that. If a man don't work, he don't eat. But there's plenty of people out here laying up on people, don't want to work, don't want to do nothing. They don't have no pride in doing anything for themselves. And that's people in all walks of life. But I tell you, keep your head up, you keep going, you keep striving. And if you have to have 50 jobs before you land on whatever it is, and I don't even know if this is last stop. I hope not. I hope to move up. I hope to do something different. But I'm telling you to keep going, keep growing. And know that what God has for you is for you. Keep your head up. Walk in victory. Know that you are loved. I love you, and God loves you the most. Remember to always be kind to yourself and others. Be joyful and be blessed. And as y'all can see, I wolfed down that burger. It just needs some lettuce and tomatoes on it. My goodness. Probably need to order something else next time. I want to put cheese on everything, though. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for joining me for my little car side chat that went on over and beyond my time. Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a good weekend. I hope I'll see you Sunday for dinner. Bye.